I think I took a shit in my neighbor's lawn.
Yeah. Well, I love you madly, dear, and I need you badly, dear. Why did you leave me here without your love?
Oh, no, I'm hurting.
In bed each night I lie, and I think of you and cry, and I tell the one above, bring back my love.
What have you been up to, man?
Well, I'm in New York for my nephew's first birthday. Yeah. So, well, it's winter wonderland because he turns 1. So
that's
cool.
The name of the.
Yeah, that was the name of the party on the card.
Did you tell anyone that it's gay?
My brother-in-law, dude, that was fucking gay. Come on, man. I mean, I know you're becoming a dad, but like, you still gotta be somewhat cool. No, yeah, so that's what I'm here for. She got married 2 years ago, and she just had her. She obviously just had her first baby a year ago, so it's cool.
That's wild, man. What are you gonna do at this party, dude?
You know, entertain the adults, smile.
Yeah.
Tell them I'm doing well. Tell them I have lots of ambition. Yeah.
Everything.
Tell them I'm working on getting Alexander some cousins. That would be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would like that.
Wow, dude, that's like borderline sexual.
I mean, it's just implied, you know.
Dude, you ever like
grandparents want grandkids, right?
Yeah. Just tell everyone you're not pulling out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so I'm trying to ensnare a woman into a shotgun marriage.
Yeah.
Right?
It's good verbiage, dude. You know? Yeah, but dude, do you ever like say shit like by accident where you're like, I've been doing this recently. Like I went to Rhode Island and I was like, dude, I got to work out. I was there for like a week and I was like, dude, I got to work out. You know, like I go to the gym before I lose my mind.
Yeah.
So I walked into the gym and I was like, hey man, can I get a gay pass? Like completely.
You had a slip of the tongue. You had a Freudian slip.
100% confidence though.
Now, how soon after you said it were you like, oh fuck, that was not what I meant to say at all?
Once I saw like his face, I was like, dude, fuck. Because like around,
he's like, no, you want the other gym, the one, yeah.
Because around here, man, like sometimes you say things and you're kind of like in a coma, like you're not really thinking most of the time.
Yeah.
And I kind of brought that into the homeland, which isn't good. Because people actually think over there before they say things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But why did you move to
Roslindale?
Yeah.
And like, you know, with lockdown shit, being at my parents, enough time had passed. It was like, all right, bud, you gotta move on.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice to save some money, but it's like you got to get on your own 2 feet here.
Yeah, 'cause you were
but
living
also, my friend was looking for jobs in Boston, and he was like, dude, let's split a place. Because, you know, 2-bedroom, obviously way cheaper than single. So.
Yeah, because I remember when I was in Rhode Island, dude, you were living at home for a while. What were you like, dude, what was your day-to-day in Rhode Island, man? Because I remember, I know you were reading a bunch. And I just imagine you like McLovin style, just like reading like philosophy books and shit and just getting stoned, man.
Yeah. I mean, when I moved home, dude, the allure of the recently legalized rec weed was too much, man. I couldn't help myself. So
Yeah.
I've indulged in that. Some chocolate bars, you know, some eighths of the sour
Are you
diesel.
still getting blitzed like on the rec?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Legend, dude.
I mean, I'm going to put it down eventually. You got to put it down
think so?
eventually. Yeah. You just can't function in a high-functioning job, dude.
Well, I mean, I remember smoking weed with you back in the day, dude, and you were like, we would always get way too stoned to the point where I was like, dude, I think I might actually pass away. Like, and you would always talk about like educational shit. You'd be talking about like biomagnification and shit. Like
I did mention that in the last
bunch,
podcast
dude.
episode.
yeah, you talked about that when we were getting high too.
Yeah.
You were talking about like the pond behind your house.
Sometimes those brief moments of elevated dopamine bring some inspiration, but then you got to balance it out. You got to make sure you're not burning yourself out, right?
Yeah. I remember one time when we used to smoke weed. I remember one time someone was trying to tell me, like, they were like, dude, if you study when you're stoned, you have to take the test when you're stoned. And I studied when I was stoned.
I heard some kids in undergrad using that as justification. They'd be like studying and they'd be like, dude, let's get high and study.
Yeah.
Terrible idea. But
dude, it was one of the worst ideas. It was the first class I ever failed in my life. I studied when I was stoned. It was an accounting class. I studied when I was stoned at the library. I was like, oh, dude, I get this. And then I went to the test not stoned. And, dude, I thought I was reading Latin, man. It was wild. I don't think I got one answer right.
Yeah.
And that kind of hit me hard. I was like, damn, dude. Like, what are we doing? You know?
Yeah. Were you like cram before the exam kind of guy?
I was like a no study type guy. Like I never.
Okay, so no prep.
No prep
at all.
whatsoever, man.
My roommate was an extreme cram before an exam guy, to the point where he'd get up at 4 the morning of the exam, because 5 hours of just like repetitive memorizing was enough for him to pass the exam. So I went to school in Baltimore, and dude, you would have to go pretty far off campus to get to the really shitty neighborhoods. But that's the thing about armed robbers, is they will commit the robbery outside of their neighborhood. So dude, there was a Royal Farms, and that's basically a Cumberland Farms of the Mid-Atlantic. And so he goes down there at 4 a.m. to get a coffee, and he's at the cash register, and a guy walks up next to him and straight up holds up a fucking steel 38 and tells the cashier to give him all the money. Didn't even look at him. And he just slowly backed out the door.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the cops came, right? And they asked him like what happened. He told them. And then they're like, all right, you can go. And he like points to his stuff on the counter. And he's like, yo, that was the stuff I was going to get. Can I have that? And he hadn't paid yet. And the cops were just like, yeah, sure. And he grabbed it and left. So the cops basically let him steal from the store.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's all right. I'm sure it just got written out in inventory.
Yeah.
So.
Fuck, man. Dude, I kind of like areas like that, though. They just make you feel alive, man.
Yeah.
That happened a lot. And I went to Johnson and Wales, dude, and people were getting robbed left and right.
That's Warwick, right?
Providence.
Providence.
Right in the fucking clit of Providence, dude. People were getting robbed left and right, like on the way to class.
That's
and dude,
insane.
I was so depressed at the time. I was like, dude, I want to get robbed. Like, I want a reason to not.
I need some excitement in my life.
I remember once, because I used to commute senior year from my mom's house, and I remember my mom texted me. She was like, "Hey, be careful. There was a shooting on the highway," and I didn't even look into it. I just told my teacher, I was like, "Hey, there's a shooting on the highway. Like, I don't feel safe coming in."
Yeah.
And my teacher responded. She was like, "That was 7 hours ago." I was like, I don't feel safe. I was like, he could still be out there. Do you remember the shit you used to email your professors about like skipping out on class?
No, we wouldn't even email. We would just.
'Cause you were a good student.
I mean,
right?
because there was an attendance policy, and you knew it, and
man.
you were like, "Oh, I have 3 get out of jail free cards." Or
oh man, I want to go back because I still have my old email. I would love to just look at some of the emails I sent. You know, probably like the day after we got stoned. Or just like, I just don't want to go, dude. And I wouldn't change it for the world, man. Like I wouldn't. If I could go back, I might have done that more.
yeah.
Skipped out more.
I thought about it. I probably would have gone to Stevens Institute of Technology in New York.
What is that like a?
It's an institute of technology, so
Is that
it's
like
like
the
just
same
more
thing?
STEM. It's more STEM focused. So I was kind of dumb dude, going to Loyola was kind of a bad decision because like Loyola's strength is their business program, not really the engineering program.
Yeah.
In fact, can you think of the other school in Baltimore that kicks ass for engineering? Johns Hopkins.
Oh wow,
Dude, it was 2 miles down the street.
and
So-
you could have gone there.
No. I should have gone to a different engineering school. I shouldn't have picked Loyola's engineering program because
Yeah.
it was small, so it doesn't really have a lot of connections.
Yeah.
The other thing about engineering, I didn't know this. Probably would have helped to know this before, but dude, 75% of people that graduate with an engineering degree work in something completely different. Typically,
Yeah.
like education or management. So I laugh about the education part because all the kids who are like good at math, like, oh, you should do engineering. It's like, are you good at engineering or are you just good at school? Like, are you just good at like little assignments, you know, your multiplication tables?
Yeah, it felt like in college, it felt like engineers were always like the smarter students. You know,
I don't even like that word though, because it's like,
I mean, they
you know,
definitely
everyone, you know, you're smart at, you know, you have to have different skills. That's probably the difference is like smart kids aren't necessarily skilled.
What do you think you could engineer? Because I think we've talked about this previously, and last time I think we were talking about like a dildo factory.
Yeah.
But like, but like realistically, like, do you think you could actually engineer something and be like, yo, that was me, dog?
I could be trained to engineer thanks to my background. So like with the education part, you know, like about it, you don't know how to do it. So like this thing about dimensioning and tolerances is like, dude, if I give you something and tell you to make it a half an inch thick, you have what's called, yeah, like your cock.
Yeah. I shouldn't have laughed, dude. I should have.
The tolerance is how much bigger or smaller could it be like that without it being a problem. Like, you know, you try to put it in the hole and the hole's too big. You're like, fuck.
Back to the drawing board, dude. You should do that next time you're like banging a chick. If
Yeah.
you like miss a little bit,
Yeah.
should be like back to the drawing board.
Yeah. Do you do you network at all? Do you try to network, or are you just like, I'm cruising where I'm at right now and I will apply if I want to move, like make a change?
I mean, at this point, man, everyone in my company knows what's going on, and it's very depressing, man.
Would you like to expand on that?
I mean, dude, I had to go home for the holidays, and then I had to come back a week later for a Christmas party.
Yeah.
And I work from home, dude, but I'm in the office because I'm like visiting, and they wanted me in the office. And I don't think people realize how much other people don't know about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people have come up to me and been like, dude, like, how's construction going? And I'm like, dude, I don't even, you know. And I just, like,
Dude, that was 6 years ago or something like that. Or
but it's just like, it gets kind of not sad, but it's like, oh, like, these people have no idea. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But anyway, dude, so my boss's boss, like a big swinger, was in the office. So I'm in a cubicle just by myself, and he starts walking towards my cubicle, and he's like, John Psyche in the flesh. This is like my first time ever meeting this guy. And I stand up, I shake his hand, and he was like, I was told like the only way I could find you is on YouTube. And I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm like, fuck this, dude. And then anyway, so like, I'm already like, fuck, dude, this is too much for me. Like, I really don't want to be doing this right now. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I actually like watched like one of your things on YouTube. And he was like, yeah, he was like, I think it's with your brother. I don't have a brother. He was like, yeah, I think you were like drinking.
Don't drink. Yeah.
Don't drink. And he was like, yeah, I couldn't get past like the dirty language. And I was like, oh, I mean, that adds up. Like, that makes sense. Yeah. But in my head, I was like, was this guy watching a different podcast?
Yeah, right.
Because I don't have a brother, dude. You know.
Hey, A is not equaling C here.
And then it hit me. I was like, oh, this guy has no idea like the scope of comedy or like anything I'm doing. He just wants me to perform in the workplace. And that's when I was like, oh, this all makes sense now, you know? Like, corporate is just corporate, man, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I get
wherever
that.
you are.
Yeah, I get that. In fact, I'm in a warehouse right now, still driving forklifts, still moving boxes. One thing that they love me for is my accuracy, like with the numbers.
Yeah.
Because I studied engineering. It's fucking simple. Like, dude, I'll remember PO numbers and people are just like looking at me like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
I can see
why?
that, dude.
Why do you remember that 7-digit number? And I'm just like,
Yeah, like
because
Rain Man
I
type
fucking
shit.
am good with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, because of that, like, they give me a little bit of a leash. Like, someone could probably like sit me down and be like, "Hey, bud, are you you know, you can't smoke marijuana and drive a forklift, right? Like, that's federally illegal." Right?
How often are you like?
I'm never high on the job. I do not
okay.
do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You ever like thought about it?
Yeah. Yeah. And lockdown was wild times, dude. It was the Wild West. You could fucking do anything you wanted during lockdown.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember Chops was closed. Everywhere was closed, right? So, except the grocery stores. And then basically the biggest chains were able to lobby and reopen. And all I wanted was pizza. I wanted pizza so bad. So Papa Gino's was one of the first ones to reopen.
Yeah.
And I go in. She's like, "Oh, hon, let me get your pie." And I'm looking around, and there's a sign over the Budweisers in the fridge, and it says, "Single beers offered to go." And I'm like, you're about to give me a bottle of beer to take out to my car right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having a roadie on the way home.
100%, dude.
Like,
100%.
dude, I was like, and a friend of mine, well, a coworker's friend knew a Cumberland police officer.
Yeah.
Dude, he said the police chief said unless it was like a felony offense, don't pull anyone over, you know, for risk of exposure and all that shit. It's like, dude, it was a Wild West, bro. You could do whatever you wanted.
Yeah. It's starting to feel like that again, man.
I know.
You watch any Netflix at all, or?
My roommate's got Amazon, what do you call it? The Fire Stick.
Yeah.
So like he has Netflix. We don't watch it. We've been watching HBO. We've been watching Mad Men. Up to like season 4 with that shit.
Yeah. What do you think about like, cause you're a smart dude, man. What do you think about like Netflix and like the movies they make, like Netflix originals? Do you think it's kind of like to fuck with people's minds, or do you think it's like legit? Because they got a bunch of them out now about like the world ending and shit. They have a new one out you should watch, man. It's just I think it's like the #1 movie in the US right now.
Yeah.
And it's just about the world ending, and it's via civil war. So it's all generated like internally.
Yeah. Do you think AI wrote the script?
I mean, it makes you think though.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's like, why are people putting this out?
No, I think, you know, their main goal is views and keeping subscriptions. So like, dude, they have to, those are the two things they have to pay attention to. So like, if they start putting out content and losing subscriptions and they get a negative revenue quarter, like something's gonna change. You know, some writers are gonna get canned.
Yeah, so you think they just gotta spice it up a little bit?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the world's kind of like, that's a gimme, dude. You know, you're like, people are gonna watch this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to watch an apocalyptic
Yeah.
movie? You
That's
ever
a
seen
good-
Point Break?
Yeah.
Dude, classic.
Oh,
Really
dude.
good one.
Good one.
Yeah.
Did you say you're watching like softcore porn, dude? On YouTube?
That is out of context. But yes, my YouTube feed has correctly started suggesting basically softcore pornography. It'll be like fitness models doing RDLs and Craig Ferguson interviews with gorgeous women.
You're living the dream, bro.
I am.
Oh my God.
No,
man.
the algorithm is spot on. YouTube Premium is it's one of my only subscriptions, and yeah, dude, worth it.
I think the same's happening to me a little bit. I just saw like a clip from Greece, the dancing scene.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, dude, hard as a rock, man. That's pretty much softcore porn, dude.
Yeah. You know what else is a good one?
What?
The opening scene from Saturday Night Fever, where John Travolta's just walking with 2 slices of pizza folded over. He's doing the walk.
Yeah. That's softcore porn to you?
The way he's walking a little bit. He's got
fine
a
if
little,
it is, man. I'm just
little
asking.
pep in his step, man. It's nice.
Yeah,
when
that'll
I
change.
wear leather shoes like that, it just makes me want to walk like that.
Yeah. That'll change the whole like trajectory of your day too, man. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what you watch is so
Oh, it's what you consume.
Crucial to the
Yeah, it's
day.
what you consume, man. Absolutely.
I hear a bunch about like young kids being exposed to like TikTok and stuff and like kind of like losing their minds
Bro.
and shit.
Yeah, so I've been working with a group of 3rd graders, and dude, last week they just started parroting this thing. They were like, "Dumb ways to die," and I had never heard of it. I was like, "What is that?" And they were like, "It's something on TikTok," and I was like, "Oh, great, dude."
And they're
It's not good. Yeah, I don't
3rd
like
grade,
it.
dude. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
I remember I got my first cell phone 7th grade, maybe middle school. And I remember just texting my Asian friend. That was really it.
Yeah.
I was just like, yo, dude, just got a cell phone. He was like, sick, man.
Dude, I remember my first cell phone was a Cosmos, and it was one of those that like you'd slide it to get the full text keyboard.
Oh, wow. Like a
Yeah.
sidekick?
Kinda. Yep.
Yeah, dude, those are sick, man.
Yeah.
I think I had NV2.
Yeah.
Verizon NV2.
Yes,
dude.
sir.
Just fucking pop that thing open, dude. I remember you used to have to like buy songs, dude.
Yeah.
I bought like Get Up by 50 Cent.
Okay. This rich kid I knew, everyone envied. He had the Razor, dude. The Razor was sexy.
Yeah, dude, that was sexy because it was thin, dude. Mm-hmm. That was like their whole promotion. They were like, this is thin as fucking cock, dude. Check this thing out, dude. Yeah, those were wild, man. But, I mean, dude, we do get questions
Yeah.
from the
you wanna
fans.
play
If you want
one?
to answer a few.
That'd be awesome.
Hello, Salami Podcast. I was just wondering, one time I was down in my basement and went on a date and was laying on the couch, and things got escalated real quick. She started, putting her hands under the covers and stuff, and then put her head under there and started giving me the old Johnson Johnson Gluck Gluck 9000. Then my grandmother walked in right at mid-climax. I was just curious. Have you guys ever had any stories or experiences like that? All right, thank you. Yeah, bye-bye.
You want to go first or?
Not mid-climax, but, high school girlfriend's dad came down. I had to, like, roll over real quick. Luckily, no belts were undone. But
Oh, yeah, you were fully clothed?
yeah, we were good.
Damn, dude. I remember, dude, I was spanking once on my bed, just completely naked, dude. And my mom walked in, and I literally just got up, and I was like, fuck. I just started panicking.
How many days was it before you could look her in the eye again?
Probably just like a day.
One day? Okay.
Yeah, I think
You're
she
a-
knew
you're a
kind of like.
tight-knit group, the Psyches.
I think so, yeah. I think if I didn't stop, it would have been like a few years maybe.
She's like, come on, sweetie. I've cleaned shit stains out of your underwear. That's not,
yeah.
That's nothing.
Yeah, I started to think about it, and I was like, dude, every night when I spank, dude,
Yeah.
when I was living with my mom, every night I would spank, dude, and I would just blow a load on my shirt, roll it up, and just put it in the laundry basket. So when she's doing laundry, she already knows like what's going on, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But yeah, dude, I can't even imagine having like sexual intercourse with someone and someone walking in. Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do then?
I'd heard of one that like parents walked in like full penetration, dude.
Wow,
Yeah, that's rough.
that's got to be rough. Yeah. How does that even happen though? You know what I mean?
You
How
gotta
do you
hear it coming. You gotta hear it.
Yeah, you got to
coming.
know that there's a chance that it might happen.
Yeah.
I know some people who are like, I don't know them personally, but I've heard stories about people who do that on purpose.
Yeah.
They'll have like sexual intercourse when they know.
Oh, they like the risky.
They like the
riskiness.
risk.
Yeah.
They're like, let's do it on the island in the kitchen and just see what happens.
I would say those people have an obvious sex addiction.
100%. Yeah. They need something extra to keep them going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got their own thing. I think that would be the last thing I would ever want, dude.
Like, yeah, the reward's not good enough, man. We got to up the risk. You know, we got to increase that disparity.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get it's tough because there's nowhere to go, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't just like run away but if you're having sex like in the road or something, you can kind of just like push it to the ground and just fucking sprint. Sprint away, dude. Yeah. That's funny, man. Let's see what else we got, dude.
Sure.
Hey, what's up, Johnny? Yeah, I got a question. It's not one of those comedic bullshit stuff that, you know, everyone else is probably putting in, but so it's in regards to Siamese twins. If you have two Siamese twins and one of them, you know, you're swimming or whatever, and one of them goes underwater, could the other one be used as a snorkel and vice versa? Just, you know, maybe you could take a little all-inclusive out to wherever. And I was just wondering, because maybe if they ran out of snorkels or whatever the case may be. I was just wondering what your take is on that, because I'm thinking about it all the time. But anyways, take care, buddy.
Wow, dude, I thought that was going to be a stupid question, but that's actually a really good question, man.
Yeah. I think this would be a question for a man by the name of Joseph Mengel. Yeah, but luckily he's dead.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it would depend on the specific anatomy of those Siamese twins. Like, where are they joined? You know, do we have two torsos? Do we have two sets of legs, one torso, two heads? I don't know, man.
I think it just means two heads.
Two heads on one body.
One body, two heads. So two different, like, nasal canals.
Yeah. I don't know.
Dude, that's got to be a
That's
question for like a Harvard meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the question started, I was like, oh, this is going to be fucking retarded. But that was...
Kick that one to the Museum of Anatomy and Physiology.
Yeah. We should go, man, and ask them, see if they can answer it. That's
Stump the poor, you know, student, volunteer, tour guide. Yeah. That would be good.
Do you think, do you think Siamese twins like try to kill each other?
It's possible.
Because I feel like, dude, if I was in that situation, I would probably try to like at least kill myself once a year.
But I feel like you would adapt. You would adapt from a very young age when you're still like a lot more plastic.
I mean, dude, but you gotta deal with people making fun of you. Like, you literally have two heads, dude. Imagine walking into like a library and people are in there stoned. They just see someone with two heads.
I wonder what the occurrence rate is for that specific condition.
Yeah.
1 in a million, 1 in 5 million.
There's got to be a few out there, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe just knowing that like you're a legendary breed. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah.
Imagine playing baseball like that. Dude, you would probably be really good at baseball. You'd have
two
four
heads.
eyes.
One is looking at the catcher giving signs, and one is looking at the pitch.
That's like the ultimate way to steal signs, dude. Wow. Dude, you should purposely breed a Siamese twin just for that reason. Be the greatest baseball player of all time.
A team of 9 Siamese twins.
Oh, yeah.
That would be amazing.
Oh, my God. You got so many eyes on the field, dude.
Dude, we're taking the series.
Oh, dude, you're taking
the series in 4.
Win like fucking 7 Golden Globes, dude. Golden Gloves. And Golden Globes, too, dude. You win both. I wonder if have you heard about that in baseball at all? Like people doing things for like a competitive advantage?
Yeah. Well, we just came off the pine tar ban. So without a doubt, pitchers were definitely getting an advantage from that.
They were using pine tar?
Yeah. On their fingers.
They were or they weren't, and now they are?
CJ, the year it got banned, all the dads went to him and were like, hey, CJ, in college, did you use it? And he was like, I don't remember the last time I pitched without it. So everyone was using pine tar.
In college or in the MLB? I thought it was illegal.
Both. But it's illegal. But think about it. I mean, unless you're being real obvious, you have it like caked onto your glove or something. Dude, a little bit, they're not going to know.
That just helps like grip.
It helps spin. Yeah, because your fingers stick onto the ball and increase the friction. so it spins a little bit more.
Damn, what if it just bounced into the dirt?
I mean, yeah, like you can't release it.
Yeah.
You imagine you go to throw the pitch, right? And you do that, and it's just stuck to your two fingers like that, and you're like, my bad.
Yeah.
Give me some rosin, man. They're like, are you using pine tar? You're like, no, man. I swear.
Yeah. You're like, no, this is cum, dude.
It's sunscreen and rosin.
Yeah. I think they came out once and they asked me if I was using it, and I didn't even know what it was. Dude, the umpire was like, using pine tar? And
He's like, I don't believe you. Like, I don't even know what you're asking me.
I was like, I don't even know you guys. I don't even know where I am right now, dude.
Yeah. So, dude, since that last episode, I think I mentioned to you that I was coaching AAU baseball. I think I called you once and I told you a hilarious story, which I will tell again. So I'm coaching one day, and the program head, he's kind of a space cadet. And he had a new Cub cadet, which is basically like a lawnmower with no deck, no blades. So it's just to tow a drag and drag the infield. So he does the infield between like the 5th and 6th inning, and he parks the Cub cadet over by like where the parents are sitting. And I remember the umpire just goes, play. And then my pitcher just steps off the mound, and I see everyone's attention is now turned to behind, including the umpire, turned to behind the backstop, which is where he had pulled up the Cub cadet. Dude, he bumped the throttle and got it stuck in forward. And he starts screaming, look out! To a bunch of parents who are there to watch their sons play.
Oh, they're sitting there?
And it's midsummer.
Yeah.
So people had a tent for shade set up. Yeah, we caught one of the legs of the tent and tore it down.
Holy shit.
It was absolutely pathetic, actually, to tell you the truth. But it was also fucking hilarious.
Oh my God. How do you get it to stop?
I remember one of the dads was running after him. There was like a stone wall to the left, and the dad was yelling, go into the wall with it. Go into the wall with it. And I don't know. He just kept flipping levers until he found the throttle.
Oh my God, dude. That's wild. Did you get in trouble or no?
I mean, quite frankly,
That's
you
gotta
could have come up to him after and been like, sir, are you impaired? Yeah, so
Dude, that would
that
would be the best though to see at a game.
Those parents, I'm sure, lost a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, get it together. But yeah, that was wild.
Oh man, I hope that happens if I'm ever a parent. Like, dude, that's all I'm gonna be looking forward to is like random shit happening at the games.
Yeah,
because like, dude, baseball can be so boring in general. Like, I can't imagine watching like a little league game. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, little league must be more intense, but like. You remember the first year you stepped on the big field? Some of those games were just like, dude, what are we doing?
Yeah,
they're
right?
like 5 hours long because nobody can like even reach first base.
The ump refuses to open up the strike zone. He's like, it wasn't a strike. Sorry.
Yeah.
It was a ball out. You're like, sir, it is 11-0.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, I used to be in love with baseball, and I kind of just like stopped.
Lost your love for it?
Yeah, a while ago.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what it was. I think it's just like little league, like everyone meets each other. You know, when you're like we met each other.
Yeah.
That's how we met and shit. Mm-hmm. And then when you just get older, man, it just becomes like
it's a chore and a half. You have to you got to work like a lot to keep your arm fresh. So when I moved up to Rosendale, down the street is a park with a baseball field, and after work I was just going for walks, just like to clear my mind after a day at work. And one day this burly bearded dude walks up, so I meander over and I'm like, "What's up, dude? You coach Babe Ruth?" And he fucking laughs and he's like, "No, pal, I play. There's a men's league that plays here."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, nice." So I'm hanging around, telling him about the coaching. It's been 2 years since I played Sunset, so my arm is tight as fuck, dude. He's like, guys start rolling in. He's asking him, "Yo, is Packy coming?" And the guy's like, "No, Packy texted me. He's not coming." And then the head coach is like, "What?" I have him penciled in as he's coming. The bearded guy just turns to me. He's like, yo, dude, run home and get your glove and come back with like pants and cleats.
Really?
And I was just like, sure. And I took my first at bat in like 4 or 5 years and took the ugliest hacks of all time. And luckily no balls were hit to me in the outfield. But they're like, yo, man, if you want to play and get your arm moving again, we're all for it.
Oh, wow.
And I played last summer for him, as in summer 2022. And that was all right. I had like one good outing that I went 5 innings. Dude, it was in East Boston. This was wild. The field coordinators fucked up. And after the second inning, dude, we start at 7:45. It gets dark and the lights didn't come on. So Dino, the iron worker, has like a grinder or something in his truck. I don't even know what a grinder is. He goes out to the electrical box, cuts the fucking lock, and turns on the lights.
Wow.
And it was like a 20-minute delay between innings. But I remember I got back out there and I was like, all right, if he fucking did that shit, we are in this to win it. And it was like it ended up being a 2-1 game. It was a great game.
Wow, dude, you must you getting flashbacks from the old days,
Oh
dude?
yeah.
Hard as a rock, bro.
Living out the glory.
Were you
days,
fucking
brother.
blitzed?
No.
Oh, that would have
No.
been sick, dude.
That would be wild.
Yeah.
Actually, I was surprised this men's league. So Sunset, we would drink beers after the game. This team, nobody really,
Dude.
nobody did it.
Weren't you in a men's league where you would like rip the bong behind the dugout?
No.
Dude, I heard
You asked me
stories,
that
bro.
last time. That's the Sunset. I mean, you could walk out of the stadium and like hit it, but like your teammates might be like, I mean, you have to be good. Like if you're,
if I was you, I would just make that up, dude.
if you're getting stoned and you're like booting plays, your team's gonna be like, come on, brother, you're not trying here.
Yeah, you'd be a legend though, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think. I think I was in college once. This was back when I went to URI, and my last outing in high school was in the. I think we were in the playoffs, and this was to get to the Final Four. And I think I threw like 6 innings, and I gave up like 2 hits or something. It was wild. And the last kid I faced, I struck out. And when I went to college, that same kid lived in my building. So he would see me in the building and be like, dude, you were my last ever at bat in high school and you struck me out. And I would be like, fuck yeah, dude. So like one day he was like, hey, do you want to come to this field? We're going to like play home run derby or, you know. And dude, I decided to get stoned before going. And I didn't know it was going to be like 35 degrees out. Dude, so I show up, I'm like blitzed. Like I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
He didn't even like greet me at all. I just ran out on the field and like went in the outfield. I'm like running around and stuff.
Shagging.
Haven't played in like a wicked
Yep.
long time. But oh my God, dude, I remember taking those first few hacks and I couldn't even like touch the ball, dude.
Yep.
I was like laughing my ass off too. Like I was like crying, laughing. But I just felt like I let them. They were just like, "Oh, dude, I thought this kid was like good at baseball," and I'm like crying, laughing, and missing the ball by like 5 inches, dude. But I remember,
On a soft toss, right?
oh, he's thrown literally like 40 miles an hour. It literally felt like the ball took like 4 minutes. It's not like he's throwing like heat, and I'm like, "Fuck." Like
Yeah.
it was just, oh man, I should have. On my
Dude,
last
that's one of the
swing, I just swung as hard as I could, dude. Connected with one, and I was like, "Oh, dude, that's going. That's a home run." It was just a pop up.
Yeah.
I was like, "Dude, come on." But yeah, dude, it makes you think like how hard baseball actually is.
Yeah.
Even when you're in season,
Yeah.
like how good you actually are. You know.
Yeah, because all that adaptation goes away in the offseason
it's
unless you
crazy.
keep it going.
Yeah.
Dude, it's funny you said that. The eyes were like one of the first things that when I got back in, I was like, dude, I can't see the ball worth a damn.
Yeah. Something that's like 60 miles an hour looks like it's like 90. You're like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
dude?
I remember the 2019 in the Sunset, we had this big kid, Jarrett. there's two twins that are named Jared and Jarrett. I think Jarrett is the lefty. He would throw like mid to upper 80s, but even then, like that to me was like, dude, anything harder than this, I would literally take it in the teeth.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember when I tried out.
He just throws and you don't move the glove at all. It just nails you in the face.
Didn't you played in college, right?
Club.
Oh, you
club.
just played club.
So nothing crazy.
I remember trying out at Johnson and Wales, dude, and I was like, oh, I'll make the team, dude. Show up, there's like lefties throwing like 86.
Yeah.
And dude, 86 on a lefty for me looks like it's like 92. Like I just remember striking out like 3 times in a row and like just pretending I was mad.
Yeah.
When realistically I was like, dude, I got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. You're like, I'm glad I even had the balls to step in the box.
Oh, dude, the fact that I was even out there was like, what the fuck, dude?
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember like thinking it was going to be a joke and like seeing dudes throwing like, we had a dude who threw splitters, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, I was like, oh, dude, this dude just threw a fastball right down the middle and the ball just fucking broke in half. And I was like, I got to get out of here, dude. Like, I can't be here. There's no point in me being here, dude. You know?
Making you bend the knee.
Yeah. And then even just think, like, that's Division 3, dude. Like, imagine Division 1. Seeing a lefty throwing like a curveball or like a slider and just being like, dude, what the fuck, man? You know? It's crazy.
That's why it's wild. That kid that came out of Tennessee, Ben Joyce, dude, he was touching 105 in college, bro.
Really?
Yo, he said he's like had over a 600 straight bar deadlift. He said he'd never even tested himself in the trap bar. He was like, yeah, I could probably pull like 700 on the trap bar.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Dude, they're just a different breed. I mean, it's because the training's gotten better.
Yeah, I was going to say, dude, because when you and I were playing, like, we didn't have any, like...
We didn't have training.
Yeah, nobody would go over mechanics. They were just like, yeah, just run and fucking throw.
Run poles, man.
Yeah. And now it's like, even that... Is that place in Rhode Island, the Hopkins pitching or whatever?
Hops. Yeah.
Hops.
Well, he's got it all integrated because he's got cages and weight room and... like a, what do you call them? A therapist table where you can do soft tissue work and work on joints and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had none of that.
Imagine if we had
none
that,
of
dude.
that, man.
He's probably charging bank, though, for like...
Yeah.
You probably have to be like a certain skill level, too, right? To even get in there.
Be a little exclusive. It will say, nah, Johnny's not good enough. Sorry.
Yeah. I'd be like, dude, I'm gay. They'd be like, all right, get it. Yeah, but I like see some of their videos and like the machines they have and the stuff they're doing. And I'm like, dude, I kind of wish...
Dude, that safety bar, the squat bar with the like 2 handles in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks sick.
Oh, I mean, dude, they have those at gyms.
Used them. Yeah, I mean, I've used them.
Yeah, dude, I fell. Dude, I
was
was
using one of those?
Well, dude, like when I think the one thing I get upset about a lot in life in general is like when I was younger, dude, I was so immobile and there was no like now you have videos on how to like loosen up your hips and stuff and like people explain
the information age. Yeah.
And when I was playing, dude, my hips were like so tight and like I remember doing stretches for like football or baseball and stuff and I'd just be like playing with my nuts and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But now like I can stretch and like know why I'm doing certain stretches and do like strength work and shit and just look up a YouTube video. But dude, I remember over time, just from like lifting heavy and not like, dude, my hips were so tight that it started to affect my knees and my back, dude. Dude, so I'm at the gym, bro, and I'm using one of those safety bar squats. Not even going heavy. Like, dude, I think I had like 225 on. I was just trying to get to like 10 reps. So I'm at like rep 8 or 9. I'm like, all right, 2 more, dude. I think it was on like the 9th rep. My back just fucking explodes, and I just fall on my face, dude.
Fuck, did you have pins?
Bro.
Like anything to catch it?
No, dude. Just completely ate shit. My neck fucking like snapped, bro.
Damn.
And I tried to get up, dude, and it took like every ounce of energy I had because I was in so much pain, dude. And no one around me helped me, dude. There was like a full gym. Nobody was like, dude, are you okay, man? And I fucking...
You just get up and you give the gladiator speech. You're like, are you not entertained?
I remember getting up and laughing and being like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. But I could like barely walk, dude. I remember I had to go to work and I'm like sitting in my cubicle and I had to get up to go to the bathroom and I was like, I'd asked next to me, I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to be weird, man. Can you help me get up?
Spot, yeah.
Yeah.
It's called a spot.
Yeah, I had to go to like physical therapy and shit, man. Like, and the physical therapist was like, he was laughing his tits off, dude.
When you described what happened.
He was laughing his tits off, like not laughing his tits off, but he was like, you do like the mobility screening and stuff. And he was just like, dude, you're like a board. Like you don't even, like you're waddling. Like you don't even like, you have no mobility. Dude, he recommended surgery, dude. He was like, which I kind of like took as a red flag. But he was like, yeah, man, like you have hip impingement, bro. Like you should have the surgery where they like clean out your hips. And I was just like, I'm good, man. Like I'll just do this naturally.
No.
Yeah, it just made me think like, dude, that's just like years
Of recovery.
That's years of just me fucking up my body and not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then finally one day it hits you and you're like, oh, fuck. You know?
That's why I felt good with the coaching. Like I felt like I was giving it back to, I did 13 and 14U. And that was like the exact age that I was like, all right, if I had been shown really how to train, like maybe I actually would have popped like mid to upper 80s. But no, I sat at like 78 to 80.
Yeah. Even just playing D3 would have been cool, man.
A little more, fulfilling. Actually, Stevens Institute of Technology is D3. So,
yeah.
The only problem with that school, I was thinking with the wrong head at the time, 75% dudes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough, man. Because college is all about roast beef, dude. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you think at the time. And then college ends and you're like, fuck, brother, I got 40 more years ahead of me. I kind of wish I had set myself up a little better.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, man, you know? You don't really know much back then, dude. You don't even know who you are.
I mean,
really.
Listen, your high school guidance counselor isn't like telling you, hey, don't pick your school based off where you think you're going to get laid. Right?
Yeah, dude. That's what everyone did.
I had a hot high school guidance counselor. She was hot.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the best, man.
Yeah, it was great.
Just so nice, too, dude.
Person comes to the room in the middle of class, like, oh, Sam, you have a guidance appointment? I'm like, yes.
Damn, you had appointments, dude?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That's sick. You just talked about life and stuff.
Yep.
That would have been nice to have, man.
He's like, where do you want to go to college? I'm like, I don't want to go to college. He's like, no, you have to go to college or we will literally ask you to leave the school.
Yeah. And you, the whole time you were just thinking about how hot she was?
Yeah.
That's tough, man.
I'm like peeping the picture on her desk of her with her husband. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, like I'm better than that guy, dude. Yeah, that's pretty wild, man. I think we had a pretty hot guidance counselor. I just like never went to see her, man. Anytime I think I went once or twice, man, and I was just like, dude, you could come here more often.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just to talk about nothing.
No, the thing I wish I had done more of in high school was probably SAT prep. You know, just buy a workbook, bang it out, reverse engineer it, like look at the answer key, work backwards.
You would go back and prep for the SAT.
Yeah, because my mom paid a tutor, but dude, in 1 hour with a tutor, you get through, I don't know, 30 problems, and it's like you don't do it again for a week. It's like it probably would have been better if you just did 20 minutes a day on your own, like of a fucking workbook that you got off Amazon or something.
Dude, the SATs, I showed up, and you know how you have to show a picture of you to prove your identity? Because you don't have an ID back then.
I do not remember that, but okay.
You had to print out a picture of just you, because back then no one had like an ID.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So I printed out a Facebook picture. It was me and 3 other dudes at a party. So I'm checking in. I just hand over this piece of paper with like me and 3 other dudes.
Excuse me, this is validation, right?
And they go, we can't let you in. And I'm like, why? And they're like, we don't know who you are. Like, you were provided like specific instructions to bring just a picture of you with a nice picture of just you. And I was like, I'm right there though, like I'm right in the middle. It's like me blasted. I'm like, and they were like, I'm sorry, we can't let you in. And I'm like, dude, I have to take the SATs. Like I paid the fee. This is the only way I can get into college and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, so I had to run into one of not even my teacher at the time, my middle school basketball coach was a high school teacher, and he happened to be running one of the SAT classes that week. So I run into his class. He's already like getting everyone ready for the SATs. I'm like, dude, can you vouch for my identity? Dude, he was like, yeah, man, dude, he wrote out a letter. He was like, I know John, like I coached him in basketball. Like this is indeed John in this picture.
What's funny is some desk jockey probably scanned that into like the SAT database.
They're like, this is the picture he provided. All for me to get like a 1420, dude. I got like just enough points for like putting my name on the fucking thing.
You draw pictures with the bubble ins.
I take it with pen. But yeah, man, shit like that. I just like, I don't know, man. Like if I could go back, would I have taken it more seriously? Probably not, dude. Like,
yeah, that's fair. I mean, there were times like I talked to the 13 and 14-year-olds and like you just could not get them to be serious about certain things. Like you get it, they're kids. Like their brains aren't fully developed. You know, it is what it is. But I also felt good about giving like certain things back. Dude, what you mentioned about the hips, like yeah, same. 0 hip stretches like in high school. So this one kid I remember, he gets down and we do like those flow circuits where you like sit on your ass and then you turn your leg. Oh shit!
Oh, you good, dude?
You turn your leg in. Like push your knee to the ground, do it with the other leg.
Just a 90-90.
90-90. That's exactly it. Dude, the first time he tried it, he like couldn't even lift his knee off the floor. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, am I being like a mega testosterone here and like giving kids shit that's too hard for them?
Yeah.
But no, dude, after like a 2 or 3 weeks, he was moving fine.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I do the 90-90 like almost every day, and I can't do it without my hands like assisting me.
Yeah.
It's very hard, man.
Your goal is to like get your hands above head?
Maybe just not incorporate my hands at all. Just do it like free motion.
Dude, CJ actually explained to me level 1 is to just kind of just like move through it, right? Like just go back and forth. Level 2, CJ said, it's you like go all the way till your knee hits the ground. Then you start like pushing into the ground as hard as you can with your knee. Then step 3 is to actually get your ankle off the ground. Yeah. Like that's pretty extreme hip rotation right there.
I'm trying to have like Asian like hip mobility, dude. Not even trying to be racist, dude.
Yeah.
Because, dude, you know they like...
You got that long femoral head.
Yeah, I want to take shits like an Asian dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw a video of an Asian woman. Oh my God, dude. She was doing like wild hip mobility, dude. Yeah. She would like do a 90-90 and then go into like a split, like rip ass, and then just fucking keep doing it over and over again. I was like, dude, if I can do that, man, I can do anything.
Yeah. Dude, that's probably why these Japanese pitchers are coming over here and like just having so much success, because their movement, their bodies just move better than us.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy how much it makes you feel so much better too when you can move better. Mm-hmm. Like have you ever done a couch stretch?
Can't say I know that one. Do not know that one.
Oh, it's when you like like a regular quad stretch where you're just grabbing your and like, pulling it up. So you're like doing that, but like against a wall, and you're like in a kneeling position.
Oh yeah, like a hip flexor stretch.
Dude, it's so hard to put your fucking knee all the way against the wall and then not like arch your back. But dude, it eliminates like so much back pain. I remember doing it for the first time and I like couldn't even get off the ground. Like I was just like, holy shit. I was just like, dude, this is like how bad my movement is. Like, you know, but it like makes you feel better, dude. You know what I mean? So you ever done like any hot yoga or anything?
No, I just got CJ gave me that mobility routine, and I've been doing it for like the last 3 years. And
Wow.
it's treated me pretty well.
Like during the gym or like after?
That's my movement prep.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and before I throw and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I love getting like a nice warm up in, dude, right before
Yeah,
I get after it, man. It's good, dude.
it's funny. There's this thing called a stretch cage in the prep room
I know what
at
you're
my
talking
gym.
about, yeah.
Dude, stupidest thing I've ever seen.
It's like a sphere.
Yeah, and then there's like bands that run every which way across, and you're supposed to just like grab the band and hold it. And I'm just like, okay, this is called a gimmick. It is a prop used that looks cool, but in reality, it does nothing. I don't need to grab the band, dude. Just walk over to the fucking wall and fucking put your hand against the wall. And
Yeah. So I'm walking to an open mic. I saw a dude on his motorcycle. He was wearing a Rey Mysterio mask. And he was behind a fucking UPS truck.
he's 619 the driver, dude.
Dude,
Off the
he
bike.
fucking RKO'd the driver. Dude, so the UPS driver's turning and the motorcycle guy tries to like get by him and he
Yeah.
just gets stuck. And dude, the UPS truck literally just drove over his motorcycle, like totaled the whole thing. And the guy with the mask hops up onto the UPS driver's like
Hood.
passenger side door and just starts screaming at him.
What the fuck?
Yeah, this all happened right in front of me, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, I kept walking. I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
Last week, this driver comes into the warehouse and he's on his way out. I was like, oh yeah, glad you weren't coming up here Saturday. It was Army Navy at Gillette. So, dude, the state police absolutely locked down Route 1 at any event at Gillette. So he's like, you want to know what I had? They're all coming from Pennsylvania, so they all have a little accent. He's like, you want to know what I dealt with this weekend? And he pulls out his phone and he shows us a cab cam, which is a camera on the hood of his truck looking out. And he's driving, he's in the middle lane, and then the left lane ends. And about 1,000 feet after the left lane ends, this fucking idiot in a CRV tries to gun it through the breakdown lane and then merge in front of him. The road was a little wet, and he sends himself, didn't even hit the truck or anything, sent himself into a spiral, hits the side of the road, no guardrail. Once he hit the grass, like with the wheels not, like the side of the car hit the side of the road, and like the friction from the grass rolled the car.
Yeah.
And the car ended up on its on the roof, like belly up. And the driver, pulls over, 500, 800 feet down the road, gets out, is running back up the highway. And by now, like a crowd of people have gathered. And he's like, I know I shouldn't have said this, but I ran up and I said, let that sucker die. Dude, what? And like the state cop was like asking him if he was involved or if he had any evidence, to which he was like, yeah, I have a cab cam. And he said it again. He said it again to the cop. The cop was like, hey, man, don't be like that. Dude.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude.
Some people just drive like it's crabs in a barrel sometimes.
I mean, dude,
there's traffic. It makes people do shit that they shouldn't do.
when I worked for Amazon, they gave me this shitty, like broken down, like rapist van. And they made me go out in a snowstorm and all the tires had no tread on them. So when I was on the way back, like the storm was in full effect and I ended up spiraling out of control on the highway and like basically totaled the van.
Yeah.
And they like didn't care at all. And then 2 days later, they laid everyone off. So I was like, dude, fuck this place. So like, I think about 2 or 3 months later, I get a call from an insurance company and they're like, hey, we were told that you were in an accident. Like, do you want to file a claim? And I was like, no, I'm all set. And then I think a few months after that, dude, I get a call from the company. And, dude, so there was this one night I was delivering.
Yeah.
I'm in the shitty rapist van. And in the back of the van, there's like that railing that you step up onto to get into the back. And the one I had was like dangling from the side. It like wasn't fully attached. So I'm making this one delivery, and I pulled up pretty close to the side of the curb, and I hooked onto this guy's mailbox. And when I drove away, it hooked his mailbox and just pulled it from the ground. So I was just driving down the road with his mailbox, like sparking the road.
Was there like a concrete block on the bottom?
No, it was just like a shitty mailbox.
Okay. Oh, he just stuck the post like right into the ground.
Dude, like the railing from the van, like hooked onto the mailbox, like the base of it, and just pulled it out of the ground. And I'm driving down the road with the mailbox on the back, and I'm like, what's that sound? And I turn around and I just see like the road sparking. Dude, you know what I did? I backed up to the house, unhooked the mailbox, and just left it there. And dude, the company I worked for, like 2 months after the insurance claim, they called me and they were like, hey, like, did you happen to be driving this vehicle at this time on this day? I was like,
yeah. No, you just denied it.
Just denied it.
Denied.
They fucked me over, dude. They fucked me over so bad.
There you go.
But
dude, my buddy is staying in St. Pete, and he was from originally Hagerstown, Maryland, and his mom was in Miami, so that's kind of like why he's down there. So this is like one of my most dipshit friends.
Yeah.
So he goes to the bar one night. He leaves his keys in the car. He has a fob, right? Leaves his keys in the car because he's afraid he's going to lose the fob.
Yeah.
He gets out of they were about to leave the bar, and he comes out and his car's gone. And he's like, what the fuck? Dude, I think it's been stolen. The next morning, someone calls him. And now this is where it gets sketchy. It's a man, and he's like, excuse me, my daughter got into your vehicle thinking it was hers, and it turned on because the fob was in there, and drove away with it and was like,
shit.
Can I please return this to you with no police report?
Dude, what?
And I think my friend was kind of a dick and was like, no, dude, you're something about something went through insurance. Again, this is the sketchy friend, like not entirely honest. So then insurance calls him and is like, hey, you're a long way from home. What are you doing down in St. Pete? Because he didn't register in St. Pete. He still has it registered in Maryland. And insurance hates that.
Yeah.
Because all their, rates are written assuming you're actually being honest.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh yeah, no problem. We'll get that work done for you. Dude, 2 months later, he gets in it and he tells them, my mom lives down here. I was just visiting. Right. And they're like, oh, okay. Yep. Gotcha. Dude, 2 months later, he got into another accident where like he needed to put in a claim. Now they're like, yo, pal, 2 accidents in St. Pete, Florida. What's going on? Are you living down there? Mm-hmm. So he just jukes him. He's like, well, I work remote, so I come down here for like month stretches, and then I drive back up the East Coast. And I guess they're like, all right, like I guess that's cool, but pay the fuck attention. Please stop getting into accidents.
Damn, dude, insurance. Rental car companies are pretty strict.
Yeah.
In general, dude.
I still have mine. Registered in Rhode Island, and I got a call from an adjuster and was like, hey, where are you living? And I hadn't been expecting the call at all. I asked them. It was like, oh yeah, I'm up in Rosendale, Mass. And they're like, all right, we're gonna need you to register your vehicle. I was like, let me give you a call back. I'll do that at another time. And just left it like untouched.
Yeah, you can just ignore them.
Yeah.
They can't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, it's probably some dude getting paid like $15 an hour, dude.
Yeah.
Which,
And it's funny, USAA is all around San Antonio, Texas. So again, the caller always has an accent.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. Y'all's car needs to be registered.
Yeah. I mean, around, dudes, I don't know, man. Sometimes I think about just getting rid of my car, but I kind of need it.
Yeah.
Just because of everything that's been happening, man. Like, people are getting in accidents, and like, some people are pass away, and like,
yeah.
It's like, fuck, man. Maybe I should just like go on foot,
Us suburbanites, dude, we're too dependent on the cars, man.
Yeah.
got to get more like a city slicker and get better with the public transit.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely comes in handy, but I think about it a lot because, like, dude, I'm going like 80 on the highway. Like when I go home,
Yeah,
I'm either going early morning or late night, and I'm just like gunning it, dude, because I'm like, it's so far away. I'm just like, let's make this a 3-hour trip and just go like 80 on the highway. And it's like, dude, if you hit something going 80, like you're done.
80 is the norm. I feel like certain stretches in 95 you can get away with like 85 is like the norm, like New Jersey.
But dude, if you hit something going 85, like you're just done. Like there's no.
Oh, as far as that goes, you're not gonna get pulled over though.
No, I mean like if you hit an object.
Yeah, you're inflicting serious damage on yourself and others.
It's not like, oh, I'm gonna rub some dirt on this one. It's like, oh, dude, my body's exploding. Like, you know.
Yeah. And the worst part is it can't even be like, oh, I'm a safe driver. You have to be like, there are other people who are absolutely retarded. Dude, on the drive over here, I was on Hutchinson Parkway, this white Infiniti that looked like it hadn't been washed since it drove off the lot ripped past me so fucking fast that the wind, like the windiness that it whips up as it drives past, straight shook my car.
Damn, dude.
I was like, Jesus Christ, pal.
Yeah.
And he's weaving to the point where you're like, yo, he's going to clip a bumper and fucking pit move someone.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. The people out there, dude. We had an Uber driver once in Providence, Rhode Island. We were headed to the bar. This was back in the day, dude, when I was crushing it. I'm just kidding. This guy, dude, stopped in the middle of the highway. Like, it was I-95 right outside of the Providence Place Mall. Dude, he stopped in the middle of the highway, and we all started screaming. And this dude was from fucking who knows where.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where the fuck he's from.
Okay.
Barely speaks English, dude. So I'm turning around, and I just see, like, cars coming at us going, like, 80 miles an hour. Dude, we had to literally scream at the guy. We're like, dude, get the fuck off, like, the highway. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, no, that's the exit. And we're like, yeah, it's behind us, dude.
Yeah, like, you missed it.
Yeah,
Keep
you missed
going,
it, brother.
man.
Keep going, dude. And I was just like, dude, if a car hit us, we'd be fucking smoked, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. On my drive up to Danvers, I found a league up there that I've been doing on Sunday nights. There's like a pothole in one of the tunnels, and someone thought like, oh, I'm gonna come to a stop and like crawl across this pothole.
Yeah.
It's like, no, just eat it. You are creating a hazard.
Oh yeah, it's like those people who stop for like squirrels and shit. It's like, dude, just kill the fucking, like, dude, I've killed plenty of squirrels, man.
Yeah.
You think
I have no sympathy for squirrels.
Yeah.
Because they got into the soffit, which is like right underneath the gutter on the roof of the house on my parents. Dude, like right in the corner of the house that's my room, and like you just hear them in the middle of the night with their fucking little claws just scratching.
Yeah.
They're vermin, man. They're rodents. In fact, one time we were at like a family friend's cookout, and there had been a storm the night before, and like a tree fell over, and there were like some baby squirrels in it, and the fucking lady was like, oh, she like collected the squirrels. I was like, oh, I'm nursing them back to health. I was like, lady, these are fucking rodents.
Yeah.
Jesus.
She's gonna get like rabies and shit, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I've hit a squirrel, I think once or twice, and I felt its body like crush.
Oh, yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah, you feel the vibration.
I think I was
bones.
emotional. I was emotional. I'm not gonna lie, for like 2 hours, and then I immediately got over it. Like I just forgot about it.
Yep.
I was like, all right,
Yeah, it's
it,
just
man.
a bump in the road, man. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Dude, let's check out.
You got another one?
Got a few more, I think.
Hey, John, long-time listener, called a few times now. Same question yet again, you know. If you go to like a random Mexican restaurant after a lift, you know, you got to get those calories in, and this waitress brings you your menu, and she's just fucking banging, dude, like huge tits, beautiful eyes, perfect dick-sucking lips, you know, and you eat your food, and she brings you the bill when you get done, and she asks you, would you like to go to her car for a quick shit and sniff? So my question to you, John, yet again, are you going to sniff that random woman's shit? And man, I really need an answer on this because it's kind of starting to get to me, Johnny. I need an answer. I don't know what to do, man.
Dude, what is a shit and sniff? Is he saying
it sounded like she was gonna take a shit and you were gonna smell it?
Oh wow, so she's
now. Is this being bartered in exchange for sexual acts, or is that the sexual act?
And I think he's struggling, man.
Yeah,
you know. So we got to give him an answer, dude.
I mean, context is key here, man. Like, if that's all we're doing, if we're just smelling a smelly pile of shit, then I'm not really getting much from that.
Where do you think this guy is from, dude? Mississippi? Alabama?
That accent, it sounded maybe a little Maryland, man. Maybe. I would be
think like Baltimore?
Amazed if I was right. No, that sounded more like Frederick, maybe a little further west.
Yeah. This guy's down south somewhere, dude.
No doubt.
He's talking about shit and sniffs, dude.
Yeah.
I wonder where, like, dude, I mean, I've never done that, but like,
yeah.
So he's saying,
is that like a Crimson Tide thing?
So he
like
met a
Bama.
woman. Yeah, he met a woman at an Applebee's who's, all right, let's just assume he got a lift in, for some reason went to an Applebee's. He's feeling dangerous, meets a woman at Applebee's who's smoking hot, and she asks him if he wants to come out to her car, watch her take a dump, and then he sniffs it. I think that's what he's trying to say. Yeah, I mean, I would do it, for sure. If this chick was smoking hot, dude.
Yeah. I mean, probably out of curiosity. I would have to see, like, is she serious? Is she fucking serious here? And my curiosity would get the best of me, and I'd probably be like, all right, I got to see what this is about. What if you just didn't follow through on your half? Like, you're like, all right, let me see that ass, take that shit. And then she's like, all right, now sniff it. And you're just like, fuck no.
Yeah. I mean, if you're already that deep in, you got to.
Yeah, right.
I could see you doing that, and like when you're about to do it, like the cops like pull up. Like, what would you even say? You'd be like, "Oh no, it's not what it looks like."
Did you take that shit? And you'd be like, "No, this beautiful girl did." And they'd be like, "We don't believe you."
This beautiful
Hands
woman
behind your back, dude.
This beautiful woman from Applebee's took that shit, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I wonder if that's a thing down there where they're just taking dumps and like, you know, Chevys and just like smelling them. I don't know.
Yeah, like, is she shitting on her floorboard? Is she shitting in the parking lot? Like,
I think it would be in her car, man.
Yeah. She said, "Do you want to come out to my car?" Like,
yeah. I mean, dude, if I'm at an Applebee's and if there's a hot woman at an Applebee's in general, like that's already like insane.
On your way out. On your way out, you're just like grabbing napkins from the table. You're like, "Here, you might need these."
Yeah. Like, yeah, man. I guess they just do things differently down there. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's like that's what they get off to, dude. You know? But yeah, man, I would say just do it, man. Like, what do you have to, it's not like, I don't think that's illegal. I mean, she's taking a dump in her own car. It's not like if she did it outside, I would probably say probably don't do that because that's I think that's illegal.
Yeah.
If a woman takes a shit and then you're just there sniffing it.
Yeah, and you got to feel bad for the person that like might step in it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, anytime there's a human being taking a shit outside, you have to be a little bit concerned. You know, like I don't want to give advice for that type of stuff, but if it's in the safety of her own vehicle and she's like offering it, like, I mean, like you have nothing to lose. Especially like if you want to get with her, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you get a good story out of it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you got to make sacrifices, man. It's a good story too.
Yeah.
You know, that one time I was at this Applebee's and this woman asked me to come out to her car and smell her shit. Like, I mean, if you told me that story, I'd be like emotionally invested, you know?
Yeah, I tell that at upper class dinner parties, bro. That's
dude,
where
yeah.
I would tell that.
I tell that at a job interview, dude.
You know, with the scotch on the rocks in my hand, you know.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Even like an interview, if they were like, one of you experienced adversity. But I mean, dude, it was good to see you, man.
Hell yeah. Likewise.
It's been, I didn't even say who you were, which is hilarious. People were like, who the fuck is this guy? But no, man, it's been like 4 years, dude.
Yep.
So it's good to see you, man.
Yeah. Johnny and I first met 14 years old. Joe brought you along. to Babe Ruth. Dude, you weren't even going to play Babe Ruth baseball, and Joe had to like talk you into it, I remember.
Yeah. Joe, my neighbor, best friend at the time, convinced me to play Babe Ruth for your team.
Yeah. My dad was psyched. My dad loved you.
I mean, dude, you just meet so many people from baseball, like when you're young.
Yeah.
That you kind of like carry on with, which is pretty cool. But yeah, man, it'd be cool to see you at a show sometime.
I would love to come through.
I don't think have you ever been to a comedy show?
No. Well, I went to a Comedy Connection once.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I'll have to let you know the next time I'm in Boston, man. Just seeing you watch me like talk about tits and shit, dude, that would be fucking sick, dude. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, it was an honor to be on the podcast. I appreciate it.
Yeah, dude.